Hello, hello, good afternoon. Let's see, good afternoon, good afternoon. Let me get IG on here live. Let's see where we at. Okay. All right, good afternoon. How is everybody doing out there on this lovely Thursday afternoon, guys? Elaine Proby here, CEO PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Let me get this camera angled right. I want to thank you guys for jumping on. So today we're going to talk about the benefits of filing early. Benefits of filing early. Again, you guys know it's tax season. And there's a lot of reasons why we should file early. I want to talk about those today. So we'll have 3 points on why you should file early. All right. So let's see. We've got all this camera right. Let's see. All right. So let's jump right into the benefits of filing early, guys. I want to talk about one of the first thing here. And this is about the people who owe taxes. So if you owe taxes, right, one of the benefits of filing early, guys, let's see, you will avoid late penalties. I mean, that's the biggest deal here. You don't want to pay a late filing penalty. There's two sets of penalty when you owe taxes, right? There's the one penalty that if you can't afford to pay, which is one reason why a lot of people file late, because they think they owe and they don't want to file and owe taxes. So if you owe taxes, you have a late payment penalty that you're going to pay anyway, and then you have the late filing penalty. So you can avoid one of those penalties, right? You can't avoid the late paying if you can afford to pay, but you can definitely avoid the late filing penalty. So that's the second penalty you don't want to have to pay. So you want to file early to avoid that penalty. All right. So hi, Inez. Thanks for jumping on. Thomas Zero, Mighty Dre. Thank you guys for popping in. Okay. So avoid late filing penalty. And one of the other things really about filing late, if you owe taxes, this is what happens, right? So a lot of my clients, when they come in and if they owe taxes, I usually make sure they know why they owe. And if you know why you owe taxes, you could do something about it so you don't have the same situation the following year, right? So for example, let's say you didn't claim the right amount of dependence exemption on your W-4 at work. You won't have no idea that this is your problem until you file your taxes. And if you have someone like myself that tells you why you owe. So what happens is if you file your taxes, if you file an extension and you do them in October, guess what? You have already lost 10 months in the current year of doing the same thing wrong, and you will wind up in the same place, right? So if you file your taxes early, and you owe, and you know why you owe, there's something you could do about them so you're not in the same place the following year. So that's the second benefit of filing your taxes early if you owe taxes, right? So the late payment penalty and correcting the problem so you don't have the same problem again. Thirdly, in that category is avoiding stress. A lot of times it gets more stressful because, you have to file these taxes. It's getting late. You got to put stuff together. So, it becomes more stressful. So it avoids stress, and which, is most things that most people are trying to avoid these days. So the sooner you file the taxes, even if you owe, the less stressful it becomes. And the sooner you know what you owe, and then listen to the last point in that, you can make an arrangement to pay those taxes. So you don't have to really stress about, oh my God, I owe all these taxes and I got to take care of it all at once. And, for the most part, clients always say, do I have to pay this right now? Do I need to pay all of it right now? And, I can't afford to pay it right now. And the answer to that, guys, I tell all my clients, let's set up an installment. You can file and do the installment agreement, and then that avoid the stress. Okay. So you get the taxes filed, you avoid the late filing penalty, you avoid the stress, and you can fix the problem for the current year so you're not in the same place again. All right. So that's my first point. Avoid the late filing penalty and the stress. Point number 2 today, right? Benefits of filing your taxes early. Point number 2 is about the recovery rebate. Now, this year, for the first time, we have in a while, because we had recovery rebate before, but the first time in a while, we have recovery rebate credit on the 2020 taxes. Now, what that means to you guys is there was a stimulus check given out, stimulus number 1 last year because of the COVID disaster. And there was stimulus number 2 that was given out sometime in December, early January. Okay. So what the IRS, the government has set up, that if you did not receive either one of those stimulus checks, or maybe only one of those stimulus checks, you can claim that money on your 2020 tax return under the recovery rebate credit. Okay, so, you know, again, I want you guys to understand you don't lose this money. You don't lose it at all, but you got to file your taxes to claim it if you never got it. Okay, so that's one of the benefits of filing early. You can get that credit back along with any other refund that you might be getting. Okay, so that's one thing about the recovery rebate. Now, it has been said that millions of people have filed their taxes late during either March or even in the last 2 weeks before the tax deadline, right? The sooner you file it, of course, the better it is for you. We want to make sure that you guys take advantage of getting that credit. The one thing about filing your 2020 taxes as well, because in the pipeline, there is a third stimulus check that might be given out, right? It's not all approved yet. So you want to make sure that you get on file. You have your taxes, your new address. If some of you have moved, your new address is on file. If you need to get your bank information in, your bank information is on file. So if there's this third stimulus check that pops out, you guys will be in place to get it, okay? The next thing about filing and getting that recovery rebate, if you have additional dependents that may not have gotten any money in 2019 because they used that 2019 year of your taxes to give you the stimulus check. If you have additional dependents, if you have an additional dependent in 2020, let's say, file the taxes and get the credit for that. Okay, get the recovery rebate for that dependent that you didn't get any money for because they're based on 2019. So again, there's a lot of money that's on the table, guys. So you want to file early, get the recovery rebate for dependents that you may not have gotten any money for. And then you want to be in place in case the third stimulus check comes out. They'll give you money on everybody that's on your taxes, everybody that's on your current day's taxes. All right. So that's my second point. Okay. The first one is avoiding the penalty, and the second one is getting that recovery rebate. Okay, guys. Thank you all for jumping on. Hi, Laverne. Thanks for tuning in. All right. Hey, Cognac. Good to see you. All right, let's move on to the third point. So we're talking about benefits of filing early. And this point right here is really my favorite. My favorite point is this, right? So it's about 70% of taxpayers have over $2,000 in refund coming back, right? And if you are leaving that money sitting on the table, guys, you're giving the government a loan. You're giving them a loan, interest-free. Okay, the longer you leave that money there, the longer they keep that money. And when they send it to you, there won't be any interest. You only get interest on refunds if for some reason your refund was delayed. But you don't get interest on refund because you just failed to file it late, right? So they're not going to pay you money on that money. So the government has a loan with your refund. Like I said, an average of $2,000 is 70% of the taxpayers get back in refund. So that's a lot of money sitting there as a loan. So you want to get that money. You want to get that money in your pocket. You want to be able to pay your expenses instead of, say, using your credit card and racking up all these additional debt. There is money on the table that you can get in getting your refund. If you file early, you have that money early in your pocket, right? You want to do that. And one of the biggest things, and I don't really talk about this that much, but prevent fraud, because the longer you take to file your taxes, the longer someone has to get your information. And I guess I have to address this because this is really big. There's so many people who have got their stuff stolen, and when it's time for them to file, and you guys have no idea, it may take a year plus for you to clear up what's wrong with who filed your taxes for you and you didn't do it, as opposed to you filing your taxes yourself. So that's one of the big things. Everybody's talking about that. So you really got to be aware of that. And it happens so frequently. And so the government is trying to prevent that as well. So, and you want to prevent that, right? Now, I want to point this out. Hi, Inez. You have a question? What was that question? Let's see. I can't really see a question. I'll get to it. I did mine on February the 12th and received it on, see? There you go. Okay, filed it on the 12th and already got a refund back. You need that money in your pocket early. Don't let the government have a free loan, right? The free loan with no interest. And this is my biggest point on this filing early if you got refunds coming in, guys. My biggest point about this now. I've had clients that came in with several years of taxes and had refunds on all those years of taxes, over, say, $10,000, $15,000 in refunds, sitting there 3 years of taxes. Now, look how much money is sitting there. In the meantime, you know, you have other issues where you need cash to pay certain bills, right? 3 years of taxes with refunds sitting there. And I've had clients filing all these years. But the worst part about this, guys, you lose your refund after 3 years with the federal government. You lose your refund. So if you didn't file those taxes, if you have 4 years of tax returns to file, and they all have refunds coming back that 4th year, the very oldest year, you'll lose that money. And I've had clients that lost thousands of dollars for filing late taxes and didn't realize, and for whatever reason, you know, for whatever reason, sometimes, you know, things happen and people have reasons why maybe these things didn't get done. You know, it could be medical, it could be any reason, but just keep in mind, you will lose your refund if you didn't file those taxes within the 3-year period. And I've seen thousands of dollars getting lost this way, you know, to the point where I didn't even want to tell the client how much money they didn't get or not getting simply because they filed the taxes late. All right. So that's one of my biggest points right there. You definitely don't want to have that happen, because then again, not only are you getting the money late, you're not getting it at all in this case. Right. All right, guys. So let's recap. Benefits of filing your taxes early. The first one is avoid late filing penalty. If you can't pay, it's okay. Make arrangement, but you don't want to have 2 penalties that you can avoid: late filing and late payment. Okay. The second benefit is getting that recovery rebate. A lot of people have been calling. A lot of people have been calling my office stating that they haven't gotten their stimulus check. And what do I do? So I've had several returns that we had to file for clients simply because they never got the rebate, they never got their stimulus check, and we had a lot of clients that we had to file taxes so that they could get the stimulus check, guys. So again, and then of course, if you was a dependent, let's say the other thing, if you was a dependent on your parents' return and they didn't get any money for you because of the age, that dependent can file their own taxes and get their stimulus check. Very important. Okay. And the third thing is that you want to get your money early. Okay, you want to get your money early, have it in your pocket, be able to pay your debt and or invest that money. Don't let it sit there interest free with the government. You want to get that money so you can invest that money, and that's how you're going to accumulate wealth, because you will have additional funds that you can invest somewhere and have it make money for you, so you can benefit from that. Right. All right, so that is what we want to talk about today, guys. Again, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting Services here. We are here to assist you with all of your tax filing needs. We are offering this free information so it can benefit you. We do a lot of business stuff so it can benefit you and your business. Right? So this will also put you in a better place to understand your finances, and understanding your finances will allow you to accumulate funds. Accumulating funds for investments is accumulating wealth. That's what we're here to do. Okay. All right. So if you guys, I want you guys to hit like in this video and share it, and make sure that you put your notification on so you guys can know when we're on here live, giving a lot of information, and make sure that you guys get to know that information from us. Let's see. So we have another question here. How much time do you have to claim my refund for filing? If you miss filing a year, how much time you have to claim your refund if you miss filing a year? Let's see. Yeah, you can file and claim your refund for the past 3 years. For the past 3 years. So you can go back and file up to 3 years and claim your refund. I think that's what this is. Again, yeah. So, but you will not get it if it's after 4 years, right? So for instance, now we're filing 2020. So you get that refund. You can get refunds for 2019. You get refunds for 2018, 2017 that was due in 18. Let's see, 18. All right, so 2017. Anything prior to 2017, you will not get, right? Yeah, right. So anything prior to 2017, you will not get that refund, all right? So you want to file anything from 17 on up. You have a filing requirement, you still have to file them anyway. If you owe, you got to pay them. If you got money coming, you won't get it. All right, so that's it for filing early, guys. And I want to encourage y'all to get your information in. Of course, PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, we're doing everything virtually. You don't have to come into the office. You don't have to leave your comfort of your own home or your office. You can upload everything to our secure website, and we can get everything done electronically and have your money deposited into your bank account, and you won't even have to come to the office. So there's absolutely no reason not to be able to get this taxes done because of time constraints. Okay, so let's take care of that for you. All right. So again, Elaine PROBY'S, CEO of PROBY'S Tax and Accounting, guys. I want to encourage you to stay tuned and get familiar with all this updated information, and so you guys can make note. And then give us a call if you have any questions about any of this matter. And if you need your taxes done, you can send them over to PROBY'S Tax and Accounting. Right. So I will see you guys. With that said, hi Carla, how are you doing? Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate you. All right. Okay, so let's see. Carla having a question here. Have you heard anything about a California stimulus? Hey, good question. There is I've heard about the California stimulus, guys. There's California stimulus. The government California had this California stimulus check that there's money set aside to give California stimulus check. We're gonna have to get the details and find out when exactly that's going to be in effect. Supposedly it was supposed to be in effect this week, but we'll get the details, and I'll be sure to come back on here and let you guys know about the California stimulus check and how you get it and how you can be eligible for that. Good question. I'm glad you brought that up. All right. Okay, guys. So that's it. I want to let you guys know that we'll be back here again next Thursday, and we appreciate y'all jumping on. Be sure to take care of yourself. We're still in COVID. We need to get out of COVID. So y'all still take care of yourself. Make sure you're following instructions. Do what's right. Okay, so take care of yourself, guys, and take care of each other. And I will see y'all back here next week, Tuesday. Bye-bye.